So this is Khamrah by Lattafa. I'm trying my very best to say that right. So I hope I did. This is what it looks like. And let me just show you. I have put a little bit of dent in this. And this has given me faith that Arabian fragrances, especially Lattafa fragrances, because that's the only brand that I have currently, actually does have a smell other than watered down or like alcohol or nothing. So I have used this quite a bit. If you could see the dent on there, when it came to unboxing this, as soon as I took the seal off, because the box was covered in plastic completely, I could already smell it. Sprayed this and it is so good. So this is it just reminds me of like wealth, like generational wealth. It smells like brandy or cognac without the alcohol in it, and it just added sweetness to it. So it's very, very kind of boozy without the alcohol. So it's very, very good. It just pretty much took out the great stuff, in my opinion, with cognac and brandy, added more sweetness to it. Very unisex. I can definitely see men and women using this, and the reaction will be the same. For me, it is so sexy. Because I couldn't not wear this for a while, I'm like, this is kind of familiar, and it kind of reminded me of if Mon Galan by Galan, as well as Good Girl by Carolina Herrera, had a sister or a family member or had a baby, it would be this, in my opinion. Just so you know, I do have Mon Galan. I used to have Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I only liked that one for an hour or two, and I just didn't like the rest. It performed really well. It's very strong. It just wasn't for me. Also, when I would use that, because of the coffee, it made me really like combative. I don't know how to explain it, but it made me really combative. So I'm really interested in the flanker for Khamrah. However, it does have coffee notes, and apparently it's prominent. So I'm concerned. If it wasn't really for that, I probably would have also gotten the flanker, because this is so good. This lasts on skin all day, and it will last through a shower. And now when I shower, I scrub my skin, and I can still smell it. Granted, I do have to put my face an inch or two from my arm, but I could still smell traces of it. It's very impressive. On clothes, this will last days, or any kind of cloth. What I test is I test on a rag, so a clean rag, and so it would last for days and days. Like, I would say about a week. It's very, very strong. It's so a little bit goes a long way. The downside that I've discovered about this so far, I've only been using it for a few days, it gave me a huge rash, like really, really bad. So that's the only downside to that. I've read, because I'm new to Arabian fragrances, I've done my research, and I don't know, I've gotten kind of obsessed with it, because it's very new territory for me, and I don't really know a lot about it. The presentation for this particular bottle is really impressive, and it looks way better in person. And so what I would recommend is that just try one or two spritzes on yourself first and see how it goes. If you need more, just do more. However, because it is very strong and it's very powerful, the ciliates, the projection, all of that, it is so impressive to me. This reminds me of just generational wealth, like that big room in one of the homes where everything is kind of dark, and it's got like those dark curtains, and that has the rope on there to tie them up. It has a fireplace, and everybody's drinking cognac brandy, Hennessy, you know, stuff like that, and taking little sips with the really nice couch. This is what it reminds me of. This on a woman is very sexy. I haven't smelled this on a man. I can imagine if this is on a man, I would want that man to be sitting next to me because it smells so good. I don't see this as leaning more feminine or masculine. I see this as a very true unisex. This can be worn by both. And I'm gonna grab my Montgalant just so I could show you that. So I got rid of my Good Girl. I used it about maybe 3 times. I just couldn't stand it. It just gave me like a bad reaction to it. I gave it to someone, and so this is my Montgalant, and this is kind of like if I can't pick out a fragrance, I'll pick this one. Like that's, I don't know if it's a signature scent because I don't believe I have a signature scent. So this one kind of reminds me of this one. The difference is the longevity. This one only lasts about 2 to 4 hours on me that I can smell. And it doesn't matter what the season is. That's just the longevity of this one. So that's why I usually don't use this a lot. I mean, yes, there is a dent. Because it doesn't really last very long for me. This one will last forever. So if you want like kind of a, I wouldn't even say the DNA family, but like relative, you know, like a cousin possibly, you might like this one. This is definitely, I wouldn't really say that this is sexy. This is a sexy like cousin or sister to this one. There are some similarities, but they're very, very different. I love this as is, and I also love this as it is. If you have recommendations in regards to other Arabian fragrances, Lattafa, or other fragrances in general, let me know. If you have tried both, I want to know your experience and your honest thoughts on them. If you have any advice in regards to Arabian fragrances, I read somewhere to let it sit for 3 months for this particular one for Khamrah, and in general 3 to 6 months or longer for Arabian fragrances. Just let me know, because this is just my first impression, and I will test this again when it comes 30 days and maybe 60 and 90 and so on and so forth. So because I'm not used to that, and usually when I get fragrances, they already smell like they're supposed to. So any advice is very welcome, and any kind of fragrance chit chat is always very welcome. Have a great day.